What's up, Truth Team? So I'm over here scrolling through the transcripts from the OBlock Rico trial, and boy, it's been a lot. I've been having to kind of break it down. I've been losing my spot, been having to go back. But one thing that's interesting to me is how they tied everybody together. Okay. Now, in the next video that I do on the transcripts, I'm going to go over a particular witness's testimony, which was Cashelle Williams, okay, aka Cash, not to be confused with the female victim, Cashelle Williams, okay. Now, this testimony is very important to Ralph Turbin, aka TZ, because this is a person who was on the phone with TZ at the time of TZ being downtown and allegedly dropping the low of FEG Duck. Okay, but that's not this video. Okay, this video is to show how the feds piece together everybody's involvement in order to tie it as a Rico, right? Because one big thing that everybody kept saying, TZ is not OBlock. TZ doesn't hang in OBlock. However, association is very important. Let's get into it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to pull up on your girl, Mickey Truth. All right, Truth Team. So let me take you back to document 191 on the OBlock Rico trial, okay? This is the government's proffer, Santiago proffer, right? This is where we saw the outline of events, the way the government is going to put on for the jury, right? This is what we saw. We went over extensively, okay? So in this is what we hear that Ralph Turbin was speaking with someone to get D Thang's number, right? This is supposed to be like where the play took place at, right? So we know this from the proffer. If we go to the trial transcripts, Cashelle Williams, aka Cash, takes the stand, and during his testimony, he admits that he is the person that TZ was talking to on the phone at some point. However, eventually they get off because he is unable to make it to where he is in a timely manner, right? Now, during the playing of the audio, and no, they don't give a transcript of the audio. They just say, hey, it's played and it stopped at this point. They ask if TZ said in the video that Badass and them are on the way. And I'm like, okay, who the hell is Badass, right? But then it got to me, and I remember we saw the name Badass, right, in the Santiago proffer, right? It says that Badass was part of THF. If y'all don't remember that, let me show it to you real quick, okay? So on page 37, for those who want to go back and follow along, it says here that Turbin then told the caller that when Weekly left Milani, he followed Weekly outside and reported as much to Badass, known to law enforcement as THF member Individual Elf. According to Turbin, Badass then told Turbin to see what kind of car Weekly was getting into. Turbin then told the caller that Turbin was standing outside of Milani when Weekly pulled off, and after walking up the street a little bit, someone began chasing Turbin down the street with a gun. Okay, now let's take it back. So we got a video saying that Ralph Turbin is trying to get in touch with D Thang. Okay, then we have that in that same video that Ralph Turbin is talking to Badass, who according to police is THF. So I'm like, okay, how are they going to tie that in together? Well, listen, be careful who you take pictures of it and when you post said pictures, okay? Because if we go back to the transcript, one thing that Cashelle Williams were asked was, did you ever meet D-Thing before? Who is D-Thing? Is he a big name person? And again, that's going to be part of that video where we break down his testimony. But for the gist of it, it says that, right? Then it also further goes to ask Cashelle Williams, aka Cash, if Ralph Turbin was friends with D-Thing. And the answer is yes. They even showed a picture. Now, I can't tell you 100% if this is the picture they showed, but I was able to go over there on Reddit and find a picture of Ralph Turbin and D-Thing. Okay, so if the fans present a picture, right, of two people, they have a witness saying, oh yeah, they knew each other, they were cool, whatever. That shows some type of connection, right? So let's keep on going. Going down to the next witness after Cash, which is a guy named Duke, right? Fifth Ward BD or whatever. You know, we'll get into his testimony on another video also. So in his testimony, they ask him more precisely about THF. They even ask him, what does THF stand for? And he said, well, Trigger Happy Family. But he also says he only heard about THFs through the internet. It's like a group of younger guys or whatever. Now, what's important about this is that a name came up, right? And I had seen it before, but didn't pay attention because it just said by a person by the name of Crack. But with this witness Holling, he says THF Crack, and they ask him, do he know him by that? And he said, well, on the internet, I've seen videos with him labeled THF Crack. Now, in his testimony, they break down the logistics to what's considered 4-6 and all that. We'll get into that in another video. However, they then, right, show a picture of TZ, aka Ralph Turbin, and this person, THF Crack. Now, what is so interesting about that? Again, they have somebody on the phone getting details according to their theory, right? From a person named Badass that's associated with THF, according to police. Now you have pictures with another, supposed to be THF member by the name of Crack. Then you have the witness on the stand saying, well, yeah, they hung together a lot. And although Ralph Turbin doesn't be in OBlock, THF Crack be in OBlock. And the government asks, well, why do he be in OBlock? Because he has a baby mama in OBlock. You know what I'm saying? So now we're getting to the connection of OBlock, right? So I'm just sitting here thinking, I had to stop for a minute. I'm like, yo, I see the play. Because a simple search on YouTube, you see THF Crack everywhere. And yeah, I see what he's in prison for right now, but that's not about this video, okay? However, what's interesting is you see THF Crack, okay, going back and forth with Memo 600, who used to be signed to OTF. You see lives with him and THF Bezoo. So the connection is just like connecting, right? Just based off of open sources, like the feds say open sources. So that's the tie-in, right? So you got a whole witness breaking down the THF attributes, even saying like, hey, he's not it, he's Fifth Ward, right? All the police needed just a little bit. Well, he knows somebody that could get this done. Hey, it blew my mind. So my unwanted opinion is be safe out there. Be mindful who you associate with and who you associate with, because you never know how this shit to come back and get pieced together. But like I said, 2 videos for sure are on the way. The testimony of Cashelle Williams, aka Cash, and the testimony of Hollins, aka Duke. And we're going to see exactly what did Ralph Turbin actually mean by what he said in his phone call. Was it taken out of context, or was it just what it was? He dropped the low. So y'all let me know your unwanted opinion on this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.
And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
This is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl, Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.